Okay, I'm recording now. So, everybody, this is our team call for what is today, the 14th of January. It is Transform 20 launch day. So, I think everybody has done Transform 20 today. If you haven't done it, what the heck are you waiting for? Go step it up right now. Teresa shared the free workout the other day, which was awesome, and I need to go do that. Oh, and Teresa, I wanted to show you something. I just came down here quickly after trying to get the kids to bed. But I took your lead and I thought this was fabulous. And I did print out, where is it? Now I'm in my notebook, strangely. A monthly calendars for myself, where I'm going to keep track of my followers and following, which I love. And in the next tab, I have my Success Club chart. And I printed out the calendar that has other spaces on it. I'm going to keep track of my business and personal goals for our accountability call right on that paper. So thank you for inspiring me to do that today at school. But I love that idea of just sharing out the free link. And I kept saying I was going to do it, and I just haven't. And I don't know what my weight is. So I'm going to do that after we're done speaking, because it's just, why not just give everybody all the value? And that's where, Michelle really talked about this. Her whole thing was on selfless ambition and being okay to push and to strive and to want more for your business, but to keep a selfless heart when you do it. And she just hit the nail on the head and talked about three main reasons behind it. Or not three main reasons, three main objectives behind this: that we love others hard, that we really listen to them, and that we respond accordingly. And that's not always, as easy to do as it is to say, and it is to list. So I have her little 5-step process on making this happen and defining selfless ambition. And that's what I just wanted to remind us all of today, because it was just probably my favorite speech at all of Summit. And it's a great one going into Team Cup. So the first thing she said is, when you wake up every day, to ask yourself the question, how can I serve today? Not just how can I get Success Club points today? How can I show up on social media today? How can I fit in my workout today? But how can I serve today? And I think looking at the business activity tracker, or the Success Club system, now that they call it that, it kind of does go into that, because it talks a bit more about the why behind each of the posts and really focusing on the goal of them. So instead of just sharing our workouts to share our workout, but what struggle did we overcome to share our workout? When we're making our shake, what is that doing for us in that moment? Raina Odell spoke about this weekend at Super Sunday, where she can't have vegetables anymore at all because of her, complete system being ripped out of her, and how she calls her shake her veggies, and it's a problem solver for her, and she talks to people in that way. But how can we serve today? And it takes us away from being braggy, and when we have good things come to us, still being able to serve people with that and show them the benefit of that. But just asking yourself that question every time you go to post, every time you go to message somebody, how can I serve today? I know you're all really good at that. The second thing that she said is a part of selfless ambition is to remember that our business moves at the speed of trust. And it's once we get our people to trust us, that's when they really lean into us. And they trust us when we can lean into them. And that loyalty we want from people, it begins right when we get the sale from them. That's when we first gain their true loyalty, and retaining that is to keep that development of trust, to continue checking in with them one-on-one. I started a group message thread, which I've never done this before, but I started a message thread yesterday with all of the new customers I have doing Transform 20. I always will message them over the app and talk to them individually, but I love our accountability thread, and I think it's so fun. So I put just my new girls on there, not the challengers that have been in my group forever, not the challengers that aren't doing Transform 20, but just that new set that are doing this together. And already I love today what was happening in there. And I could tell with Katie, who was really participatory in the vision board making, and a couple other girls, that I think this is a good space to do that. But just trying to find other ways to give them community, to create that loyalty, will help create that retention. And then you've got them asking the questions right there in front of everybody else, which might keep more people on Shakeology and keep those conversations going. So just coming up with new ways to keep that retention. The third thing Michelle talked about with selfless ambition was to realize that our offline lives matter just as much, if not more, than our online lives. And there's two different ways that matters to us. Number one, to use our life for the content that we're sharing. And it really is our differentiator. I'm talking to a girl who's also attending NLC because she might room with me the first night because my room is like a gazillion dollars. And so I was trying to find someone to split it with me before I've got my free room kicking in. And she's super cute, this girl from California who just became a 2-star diamond, but she's completely quit the business or quit her personal or professional life to just work the business. And I was telling her how, you know, the thought is there, but I really love teaching and I don't see myself quitting anytime soon. Maybe if this really supplements, but it's not even a let's quit and see what happens. I love teaching. I love it. And it's a part of me. And remembering that our lives are our differentiator. So not every coach is a teacher like Mindy and I are, but we are. And that is part of our secret sauce. What makes us us. Not everybody is a mom of 4 who loves beanie hats, but Leslie is, you know, and like just finding the thing that makes you, you within the comfort and within your own boundaries. But it feels like when we niche down what we're saying that we're being so alienating to people, but instead we're actually talking to our people. And so just to keep that in mind, and I know you know that, but it's just such an important thing, and to be comfortable using our life for content as much as we can, and then to continue to foster those relationships in real life, which I find it's a lot easier to talk to people over the internet than I do the people that I work with. And the people that I work with who sign up for Shakeology or do my Beachbody, they're like the last people I talk to about it because it just freaks me out to like look at them in the hallway because I don't want them to see me seeing them as like a customer, you know? And that's something I'm continuously working on. And Michelle is really great at that. And I've been kind of looking to her in that respect to find the comfort zone between the people in my real life, but realizing that our offline lives matter even more than our online lives. The 4th step towards selfless ambition is, I'm going to just read exactly what I wrote because it's very wordy. If you let what other people might think of you get to your heart and your head, you might get stuck. Raise your hand if you have felt that way recently. Raise your hand if you felt like that in this business ever. Raise your hand if that's exactly how you left Summit. Like, what the hell? Like, I wrote it down and I was reading through this morning and I'm like, like that was exactly what's happened to me since Summit. So we need to remember that. And I am saying this out loud because I need to hold myself to it too, that if we serve with selfless ambition, and if we wake up every day with that goal to serve, and we are doing what we believe in our hearts is serving our community and ourselves, then we are doing exactly what we're supposed to do. And if other people are offended by it or put off by it, they can keep scrolling. Or if other people feel like we're changing, they need to get on the bus, right? Or get in the car, as Ashley Mull would have said today, right? Get in the car or get out. I don't care. And it's not rude and it's not alienating. It's just being honest. And we cannot serve all the people waiting for us over here if we are stuck right here. And so get those people's opinions out of your heart and get them out of your head and keep moving forward, or all those people waiting for you, we're never going to get to them. We're just never going to get to them. And it's hard. So how do we do this? Because it's easier said than done. First off, we have to remember that most people are thinking about themselves. They're not thinking about us. As much as we think they're thinking about us, they don't give a crap about us. People in our immediate lives, they do. And that's worth talking through and working through, and I'm getting there, girls. But the people that we are afraid of offending through a message, or the people that we are afraid are going to judge us because we're following up even though they ghosted us the first time, the people that we are afraid are going to see this post and be like, oh, there she is again, they don't care. And they're not our people if that's what they're thinking. And when they are our people, they will come around. But we have to be consistent, and that's the second point, to stay consistent and work hard. And people might not buy from us, but they are buying into us slowly but surely. And to remember that we are inspiring people, and just to keep like things like our vision boarding night in mind, that even when we don't see it reflected in Coach Online Office, somebody ate well today because Teresa posted about her meal. And somebody meal prepped yesterday because you shared about it. And somebody laughed at their kids instead of getting mad at them because of something you shared today. And somebody looked in the mirror and felt good about herself because we feel good about ourselves. It's true. It's happening. And you know it because you know every once in a while you send someone a hey girl message and they respond like, I just love what you're doing. You're killing it. You know those people are paying attention. So let's just keep remembering that they might not buy from us, but they sure as heck are buying into us. The ones that are paying attention are buying into us. And it's our job to keep moving forward so we're not stuck with the same people. We are continuing to spread all of this to everybody else, and that's truly selfless when we can unstuck ourselves or un-F ourselves, like my guy John Gary Bishop said last week. Gary John Bishop. I get his name wrong all the time. And then the fifth step is that you refuse to look at this business as an opportunity. And I remember this hitting with us, Leslie. I remember Mindy when she said this, that this is our responsibility. It's our responsibility to be our healthiest selves. It's our responsibility to show up every day, even when we feel like crap. And Raina Odell talked about that a lot this weekend. It's our responsibility to do what we signed up to do, even for 5 minutes a day, even for 10 minutes a day, hopefully for more, because it's valuable. Think about the time in this business when you have felt the absolute best. And I bet it was a time when you were hustling. Maybe it was because you were hustling through 80-day obsession. Maybe it was a time because you had a really great conversation that went a really great way. Maybe because you got a message from a challenger who you stuck by through their struggle. None of the good things that come from this happen by accident, and none of them happen when we're not being consistent. They happen through the struggle. And keep that in mind. Keep that fire and keep that remembrance of what the hell freaking rocked once before and strive for that again. And it's going to keep happening for us. I just know it. So what I want you to write down right now, and I have it written down in all capital letters, and I want you to write it down. I remember her telling us to do this, and it was freaking awesome, and I'm going to mean it this time, and I'm going to write it down again. This is not my opportunity. This is my responsibility. Write it down. This is not my opportunity. This is my responsibility. I have an opportunity to go fold laundry right now, and I'm going to take it. But if I have a responsibility to go fold the laundry so that Caden doesn't throw a meltdown tomorrow, I'm going to damn do it, right? There's a big difference between opportunity and responsibility. We take our responsibility seriously, and this is our responsibility. It was an opportunity the day before we signed up, and it became a responsibility the day that we did. And I'm proud of you girls for showing up tonight, and we're going to freaking rock this business. I just know it. So, here's what I want for us to do tonight. And I want us to do this in the accountability thread. So instead of adding 10 people to our network or going and finding a fun hashtag tonight, I want us to decide on our 10 dream team coaches. And I want us to put their names directly in the accountability thread. And I want us to do this for a couple reasons. Number one, because I know a lot of us have very similar markets. And so I want us to see who we're loving on, because I want to be able to love on them too. And not like in a, I'm going to take them away, but in a, you know, I know a lot of people who follow Leslie will pop onto my posts like Brie. And I want to be able to like know you're into her so that I can show her extra love. But let's do that. Throw those 10 names out there. And then what I would like you to do after is to serve those 10 people. Send them a podcast, send them a fun meme, send them a recipe. Mention nothing about Beachbody, mention nothing about Tribe Redefine or My Fit Green Vibe or all of our stuff. Just send them something to serve them. Just say, you know what? You came to my heart tonight and I thought you should have this. You know what? I think of you often and this is why. Just send those 10 people love, but give us their names right in the accountability thread. I'm going to do the same thing too, and we're going to build some momentum. And what I would like to say, because I know we're all going to be participating in Team Cup, I have no idea in what configuration, but we will make it freaking work, is to start coming up with a list of 100 names. That's what Emily Robidas always says to do. We've got till February 1st, but let's get a list of 100 names. Let's keep it working. And if we throw some names on there, hopefully these 10 go straight on that list. But if we throw some names on there each day, it's going to get us to 100 a lot faster than sitting there. Maybe you know what I'll do? Ooh, I'm going to re-tag the memory jogger too, because that does help.
Do you mean 100 people for coaches or for
Just
camp?
100 in general, but we're going to start tonight with 10 people we would like to be coaches.
Got it.
Okay. And don't be like, I don't know 10 people who I'd like to be coaches. Yes, you do. Go on Instagram and look at your followers. Look at who you're following and find 10. Even if they're the biggest CrossFit person in the freaking world, even if they sell the pink drink, who cares? If you like their vibe and you think they'd be better served with us,
The pink drink.
Plexus.
Oh, yeah. My cousin sells that.
Yeah. I don't know. I've been talking to this girl. She's still in college. She's a senior in college, but she's a teaching major. So we've been like chatting. And I just realized that she sells that. And I'm like, why do you sell something already, crazy girl? But I'm going to get her. She's very cute. And she's from Wisconsin. I keep finding girls from Wisconsin. I don't know why.
Well, you should ask him about Burn Boot Camp because so many people I know have started going to Burn Boot Camp. I don't know if you guys have that where you live.
We have one in our town, yeah.
So it's huge here. Like they just, it's fairly new. And it's huge. And it's frustrating.
Yeah. And well, it's funny because I've never attended the one here, but my co-teacher, she does jujitsu and trains like MMA hardcore and stuff. Mm-hmm. And she went to a free class and she's like, Pam, you would die because everyone's form is terrible. They're just running around doing all these drills and no one's paying attention to them. She's like, you would die. I'm like, okay. Yeah. I know. It's like a cult. A lot of my students even go to Burn Boot Camp. That's right.
I've done it. I did a free trial there and I actually really liked it, but I did feel like I might hurt myself because there was nobody like watching me and helping me.
Well, I think it's one of those things that's like independently owned and operated. So I'm sure each had its own little vibe.
But it was good. It was definitely like, hey girl, hey. Like you walk in and they all know your name.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Can I throw out a quick idea?
Please. Oh, and I did have a question too. Go ahead. Sure.
I was just thinking about Teen Cup because this just came up today because I was talking to some of my coaches about it this weekend. I don't have any coaches that are like gung-ho wanting to participate. I want to participate, but I feel like I wonder if it would be smart if we form like 3 teams. I mean, obviously, like those of you who are earning Success Club 10 every month, like, and you've already talked about being together, that should be a team, right? You guys should be together. You should do that. But for those of like Adrienne, I just texted her. I'm like, I put it out on the thread. Are you sure you don't want to do it? And she's like, I don't want to be that one that holds everybody back. Like she's scared. So I'm like, maybe we should suggest like 3 different teams, like the runners, the joggers, and the walkers.
Oh, I like that.
Because that way they don't have to be scared. Be on the walker team and do what you can do and just hold each other accountable, but don't feel like you're the one who's going to hold people back so you don't sign up to do it. Because if anything, it should motivate you, right?
Yeah.
Like I'm perfectly fine being in the jogging group because that's what I have time for right now. I don't know. What do you think?
I think I like that. I do. And the 2 diamond thing is tough because I believe last year they took that off. Wasn't that not a requirement last year? I think that's how, like, I don't know. There was one time where that didn't matter. Or maybe it's just because everyone's rank advanced now. And so it's just created a different level of pain in the ass.
It's a good thing, but it's not a good thing.
It's a good thing. But I agree with you because no one should feel like they're pulling anyone back because they aren't. Like, you know what I mean? But the speed of the race might be different.
Well, but I get it. Like I was in a group with you and Jess and I don't remember who else, and I was the one struggling, and it was I was losing sleep over it because I didn't want to be the one to wreck it, so you all wouldn't get your damn sweatshirts.
That's how certain people will be. Yeah.
And I loved being part of it, but I hated being the loser in the team. And I don't mean loser like I am a sucky person. I mean like I was like the loser in numbers and like so
I get it. No, I get it. I think that is a good way of putting it. Do you want to put that out into the thread or do you want me to? I don't care either way.
I'm going to ask you to.
Okay, that's fine. I got it.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Done. I should have stopped recording. I also, and this doesn't have to be something we answer tonight, but I loved our vision board night. And so I would like us to just kick around some brainstorm ideas of ways we can do stuff like that more often. just anything along those lines that we thought would be cool, community building, open to everyone, because they're, in a way, they're previews to what we do as coaches without it being about coaching, but it's just, and it's a open house to the community. It's inspirational. So just more opportunities like that we can invite people to, that aren't scary like a free workout, that aren't scary like a, you know, like the three of us are talking about doing, well, they're definitely doing it. I might participate, like a live meal prep event in our free group that we keep running. Something that doesn't require too much commitment, but that is just kind of a, like, this could be helpful to you. It could be really fun. You should join. So just to keep our brains working, and if there's anything we can consider, that would be cool. I'm thinking, but nothing yet. Like not a calligraphy class, you know, like something that's just helpful. I don't know. And the spa that I went to last week is now holding a vision boarding night, and I have a strong suspicion where they got that idea. Just saying.
Spreading the love.
Yeah, cool. I love it. Anybody else have any questions, thoughts, opinions, tips, strategies? How's the heat, Leslie? Still out?
No, we're good now.
Good.
Yeah, Sam fixed it this morning.
Good.
Oh,
That handy man.
that was not a hot mess. That was a cold mess.
So tomorrow they have an action hour again.
I saw with Julie Voris.
Mm-hmm.
What time?
At 1:00. It's, I'm sure, well, they tape it, so it'll be available. So we can, you know, see how it goes, and then we'll just add that to the Power Hour list.
It looks like that's what they're going to do now on Tuesdays.
I know. I like it. I think that it's
so helpful.
Very helpful.
Yeah, I can't do that time, but I'll do the I'll do a recording.
We can commit to doing if there's a different time, Leslie, I could commit to doing it with you if they share the recording. I'm sure.
Me too.
Yeah. That's awesome. I
think
love her.
We should do that some night. Like that would be really fun. Just when everyone can maybe do it. Like,
I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Does it usually work for you guys, like after bedtime for kids?
There is no after bedtime here. Bedtime lasts for 9 hours.
It's just a phase.
I know. I'm just
It's
kidding.
a phase.
I know.
I usually, for me, like the best time for me would be like after I have dinner. So like Sam can just kind of play with the kids and I can go up and have some quiet time. So that would be my time, like between 6 and 7.
That's probably Mindy's hot dinner hour.
Yeah.
It's okay. I'm
very flexible too. Like I can just, you know, I can figure it out, but
we have a lot of like basketball and stuff right now too. So it's just kind of tricky. So I can't do most of the like early evenings, but if I can't do it, I can always do it later on my own. It's totally fine.
Mm-hmm.
I may join you guys for a workout though. Do you always start at 4:30 or 5:30?
We're 5. We were 5 this morning, so 4 here.
We have a couple girls. We have a couple girls now that are joining us, but they do it at 5.
They do it. Your type 5.
And I think some of the girls like Lehua popped in later. So I mean, if you pop in at,
always open.
It's open. So just pop in.
We have one that is open between 5 and 7 our time, and it's nice. We have just a handful of people that kind of come and go, but yeah, I do spend a lot of time on there by myself, and I'm like, I need motivation and encouragement too. So I might have to hop into yours sometime.
We'll change it to our link and do come into our link.
Because we did Teresa and Leslie set up so that we have a workout link that's open 24 hours a day, the accountability or the meeting link that's open 24 hours a day, and then our powwow link that's open 24 hours.
Anybody can use that.
So at any time. And we each have the premium membership, so it doesn't matter. Like it could run forever.
Yeah,
so.
I have that membership too. I'm just doing 1 month just to see if I like it. I feel like I would love to keep it open because we do have a few women who like to use it, but just want to make sure it's beneficial. But yeah, okay, cool. I'll have to look at that.
Feel free to use that link. We did it for everybody. So like,
right. And it makes it more fun. Like the more of us.
Yeah.
I can't even talk.
I know it is really, and that's kind of what I'm looking for too, is I'd really like to have more people just get really psyched about the program or programs they're doing. And
Yeah.
But yeah, again, I do get to see some fun faces in there, and it's good. I just wish we had more, and
Yeah.
so I don't want to give up on it, but yeah, I may have to use that link and try it.
Yeah.
Thanks, ladies.
Thank
Sure.
you. I'm excited. All right, get your 10 names before bed and send them something quick so you don't overthink it. And
Okay.
it'll be good.
Thank you.
Boom.
Awesome. I'm going to stop recording and I'm stop recording.
Wait, I gotta